Hello there. My name is Stephen Rochester, and this is a continuation of my talks regarding the sins of directors and shareholders. My previous talk was about some of the sins we come across in the early life of a business. In this talk, I'd like to concentrate on the sins that I come across in established businesses, which often lead to poor profitability, wasted resources and funds, and sometimes ultimately the demise of the business. I should like to start to talk about culture. In any business, over a period of time, the owners, shareholders will establish a culture. It's my belief that you have two extremes in terms of this culture, which I call cold corporate and sloppy family. Cold corporate can be defined as an atmosphere of fear in which people work very hard but lack initiative because of the fear factor. This hampers ideas and success. In the sloppy family business, we have the situation where the owners succeed in spite of themselves and have no idea how to run the business, and everything is by luck rather than judgment. Often in a sloppy business, it is so profitable that they can afford to take this attitude. Culture is a difficult thing to change once it's been established. It's my view that in an SME there should be a good combination of corporate attitude along with having a family feel when it comes to dealing with the staff. Too often businesses have not got this balance right and performance suffers. To get the culture right within a business, it's become evident to me that regular meetings should take place between the management of the staff to reinforce the aims of the business and what is expected. This should be done with a human face and getting people to understand that you are paying them to be solution providers, and that on the basis they carry out their role as expected, they will be treated with respect, kindness and consideration. Too many privately owned companies just do not have enough meetings to reinforce the owner's principles when it comes to running the business, and as a result, many people have not got a clear direction as to what their role encompasses. So, to avoid this sin, I recommend the following. 1. Interview staff and find out what they think their job is. Get them to clearly understand what their role is and that ultimately they have to be a solution provider. 2. Have regular meetings, approximately once a month for 15 minutes, just to reinforce a principle in each meeting. So over a period of time, those principles are understood by everybody. 3. Review the culture regularly to see that the people you are paying are taking responsibility for the role they are playing and not simply passing the problem up to you. 4. Document the role for each staff member and get them to sign and agree their responsibilities, as talk is cheap. I should like to talk about the problem that often arises once people are past the age of 40 when running a business. I call it taking the route of least resistance and suffering from inertia. In a successful business, often people will take the route of least resistance as this is the easy way out of the problem. They may in some cases not bother to deal with the problem as they can afford to live with it. This is the worst form of inertia and normally causes some regret when a company has a bad year and profitability is not what it was. That's why I often say that when you run a business, once you are past 40, you must, when it comes to running your business, stay at the mindset of a 38-year-old, which I define as being a mature age, with experience but still youthful enough to make good decisions. In other words, what I'm saying is if you think like a 60-year-old when running a business, the likelihood is that you will go backwards. You must keep an open mind and adapt to change. Be prepared not to suffer from inertia and certainly not to take the route of least resistance if this is not the best route for the business. Sometimes hard decisions have to be made, and given it's likely that the business is your main source of income, these decisions should be taken to secure the long-term future of the business. So, just to recap. 1. Sit down and consider the culture within your business and the attitude of your workforce and staff. Do they take responsibility for their roles? Are they solution providers? If the answer to either of these questions is no, then you need to take action to refocus the company and its employees to improve the culture and safeguard the business for the future. 2. When it comes to decision making, consider the word inertia and the phrase route of least resistance before making any decision to ensure you deal with the problem properly. 3. When it comes to decision making, be open to new ideas and change, but obviously this will be tempered by your experience. Put yourself in the frame of mind of a younger version of yourself, the 38-year-old I mentioned, and ask, what would he do? At Rochesters, we provide advisory services to tackle these problems. If you'd like to discuss any of these issues with me or my partner, Peter Houston, don't hesitate to email me on srochester@rochesters.co.uk, or you can call me on 0121 233 2992. All initial meetings are without obligation. Thanks for listening.